Coming up on Grady Newsource, the CDC approves booster shots just in time for the holiday season. Athens Clark County Police announced the results of Operation Tourniquet, a 7-month-long street gang investigation. And later, how your elementary student can learn about agriculture through augmented reality. All this and more at 5 on Grady Newsource.
This is Northeast Georgia's only local source for TV news. From the Grady College at the University of Georgia, this is Grady Newsource.
Good evening, everybody. I'm Davis Baker. Thank you for joining us on Grady Newsource. The University System of Georgia Board of Regents announced today it will not change the names of any USG buildings and colleges. Let's go live to Grady Newsource reporter Megan Middlehammer, who tells us more about the decision. Hi, Megan.
Davis, the Board of Regents of the University System of Georgia released a statement today acknowledging that it will not take the advice of its naming advisory committee to rename any USG buildings or colleges like the one behind me. The board said in a statement, "We acknowledge, understand, and respect there are many viewpoints on this matter. Going forward, the board is committed to naming actions that reflect the strength and energy of Georgia's diversity." The advisory group was created in June 2020 to study all 3,800 named buildings on university system campuses. It has taken 1 year and 5 months for the board to release its decision. The naming advisory board recommended 75 buildings and colleges be renamed. That is about 1.94% of all buildings on USG campuses. When considering which buildings to rename, the advisory board considered 5 broad inquiries that included whether the person supported mistreatment toward humanity, if they participated in actions that prevented the progress of humanity, and if they consistently supported positive behaviors and actions. 33 buildings on the University of Georgia's campus were recommended to be renamed. A few of those included our own Grady College, which houses Grady Newsource. Russell Hall and the Special Collections Library, LeConte Hall, and Adderhold were also recommended to be changed. Reaction to the news has been swift.
It's very frustrating, honestly. It's really disappointing. And, I motivate because, I still want to do whatever I can in my position of leadership to continue to advocate for underrepresented students, specifically people like students of color.
I don't have, super strong feelings about it. So, I feel like it's not my place to say much. And I think that somebody who, everybody who's been involved in that should, of course they're going to come out and they're going to talk about it. And, I think that it's important for all the students to kind of, familiarize themselves with, the reasoning, why it's important we should do that, or why it's, why they haven't chosen to rename.
The board and Davis, Jasmine Gresham told me that she hopes students will not be discouraged by this outcome, but to keep advocating for change where it can be achieved. Back to you, Davis.
Thanks so much, Megan. An operation by Athens Police is ongoing to ensure community safety. On Friday, Athens Police apprehended 13 members of a street gang in a 7-month-long operation called Operation Tourniquet. Multiple weapons and drugs were also confiscated in the process. Grady Newsource reporter Wyman Bailey has the story about Operation Tourniquet and the arrests made.
Operation Tourniquet is a joint operation between ACCPD, the GBI, and Georgia's FBI to stop many dangerous street gangs in Athens and also Northeast Georgia. The operation has been going on since May to this November and has already had 37 people arrested. However, on Friday, Operation Tourniquet had one of its largest seizures so far when they indicted 13 members of the street gang known as the 1831 Pirate Gang. Not only were members arrested, but there were guns and weapons also confiscated. Some of the items confiscated included 60 guns, 13 kilos of cocaine, 1 kilo of fentanyl, 12.5 pounds of meth, a landmine, and nearly $1 million. Chief of Police Cleveland Sproul outlines why the operation was set in place and the meaning of the operation.
The Athens Clark County Clark County community and our surrounding area has experienced an increase in aggravated assaults involving firearms, and these were often committed by members of
Police could not comment much on those indicted due to the investigation is ongoing, and they hope to have more indictments in the near future. Most of those members arrested have either served time in federal jail before or are on probation now. The charges are federal charges and not state, and will be carried out from Middle Georgia's attorney's office. Officer Sean Barnett explains what this bus means for the Athens community and the safety of the citizens.
I think our community is a lot safer as the result of this operation. With the amount of firearms and drugs that were taken off the street.
Wyman Bailey, Grady Newsource.
Tyler Johnson is now joining us live from the studio to break down the total number of COVID cases in Georgia and how to stay safe this Thanksgiving. Hey, Tyler.
Hey, Davis. Let's take a look at the trend of COVID cases in Georgia. Now, in August, the CDC reported a little over 8,400 new cases. Then from September to October, there was a significant drop with 7,500 cases in September and a little over 1,500 cases in October. About 1,500 cases were also reported by the CDC on November 21st. Now, as you see here on the bar graph, we have August, September, October, and November with the specific case numbers according to the Georgia Department of Public Health. Thanksgiving is approaching, but everyone should also be mindful of COVID-19 so we can keep our loved ones safe this holiday season. Now, despite the drop in cases, health officials are highlighting the CDC's guidelines in order to stay safe this holiday season. Getting vaccinated because it helps those around you not catch COVID, as well as yourself. Wearing a well-fitted mask indoors if you are not vaccinated. Avoiding crowded, poorly ventilated spaces as well. And, of course, getting tested. Know for certain if you have the virus or not. These right here are a list of the tips. Now, Moderna and Pfizer booster shots are now available for individuals 18 and up. So there is still time to look up what places are still administering the shot. Now, Publix, Kroger, doctors' offices, and many pharmacies are giving out the booster shot and the vaccine to make it easy for everyone. A booster shot is highly recommended 6 months after the second dose of the Moderna or Pfizer vaccine to get additional protection against the virus. Now, Davis, I can't be the only one counting down the days to Thanksgiving. Back to you.
Yeah, certainly, Tyler. I can't wait for it. Augmented reality and agriculture are two words most people wouldn't put together. Grady Newsource reporter Allison Casso shows how one organization is changing that.
When you think of agriculture, words like farming, dirt, and harvesting might come to mind. But the Georgia Ag Experience is showing people just how much more to agriculture there is. The Georgia Ag Experience started in January 2020 and is a mobile classroom that blends the traditional agricultural experience with the more scientific and technical aspects. It targets 3rd to 5th graders and hosts a variety of interactive games in a 36-foot trailer. Natalie Bennett, an education program assistant with the Georgia Ag Experience, describes some of the technology in the mobile classroom.
So our horticulture station and our peanut station use augmented reality. So the students will pick up an iPad and they scan different targets that are up around the trailer, and with each one it pulls up a game.
The mobile classroom recently paid a visit to Colum Ferry Elementary School, and Tony McCullers, the principal of the school, says students were surprised by the amount of technology involved.
They were initially just shocked that it was a really cool experience, and it was ag-based. Very immersive, very hands-on, and very, technologically driven.
With the average age of farmers reaching 57.5 in 2017, Bennett says the Georgia Ag Experience looks to spark an interest in different types of agriculture, so students want to continue on that career path.
And so they're starting to age out, and we need kids to replace them and grow our food more efficiently and effectively. And so I think through the technology aspect of it, they can learn that, it's not all about digging in the dirt and having to plant a seed. There's different technologies they can get into. And
students play a variety of games in the trailer, which teach them what goes into harvesting crops and making beef, which Bennett says expands their own minds. McCullers says the experience changed his students' perspective of agriculture.
And also showed the kids too that, your perception of agriculture is more than just, turning over the dirt and turning the land over to plant a plant. It could be very engineering-based. It could be very science-based.
To learn more or to schedule your school or community group with the Georgia Ag Experience, visit georgiaagexperience.org. For Grady Newsource, I'm Allison Casso.
After the break, Grady Newsource reporter Savannah Ware shows us how local artists are beautifying the town through the Athens Mural Alley project.
When I was 10, my mom got deported. We had a difficult time, and I feel that's why I didn't get to finish school.
Jessica has been through a lot in her life from early childhood.
My husband is really supportive in a way that he pushed me to go back to school.
She came in looking to complete her diploma. She had a family she had to take care of. Anytime she needed help, we provided her help. She realized that we were here for her.
She wants to have a career so her kids can look up to her.
My graduation, it was something I will never forget. I couldn't explain the emotion I was feeling because people like you and me sometimes may have doubts in ourselves, but I feel that everything's possible.
Jessica's future is brighter than ever.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, Mason.
Hey, Mason.
Got a new house. It's looking pretty cool so far.
I'm teaching Louise how to cook some lasagna. Thank you.
Study, please.
I think I finally found a place to make my own. A place that I call home. This place that I call home.
The Athens Mural Alley project is allowing local artists to beautify typically overlooked spots in Athens with artwork. Grady Newsource reporter Savannah Ware shows us how COVID-19 inspired the project.
The Athens Mural Alley project gives local artists an opportunity to showcase the importance of community during dark times, such as the COVID-19 pandemic and the social justice movements that happened in 2020. The project was created to combat the lack of community that artists around town felt while sheltering in place. The project is a collection of art created by local artists scattered throughout downtown Athens. The pieces revolve around the theme, Here and Now 2021, and draw inspiration from recovery, advocacy, activism, optimism, and hope. Tori Watson is a fourth-year art history major at the University of Georgia and one of the artists involved in the Athens Mural Alley project. Her mural is called Give Love Together. She drew inspiration from the pandemic and social justice movements for her piece.
I was like, cool, I could do something that really encapsulates the strength and power of unity in a community, how so much change can happen when people come together, and how love is what unites people and what makes change.
7 art pieces are featured downtown from Hancock Street to Clayton Street, as well as the Athens Mural Alley, which is on Clayton Street. Artists involved in the project were given free studio space at the Linden House Art Center to work on their pieces. Over 40 applicants applied for the 7 Mural Alley spots. Dee Dee Dunphy is the program supervisor for the Linden House Art Center. She worked with the center, artists, and funders of the project to bring the vision to life.
An alley is usually an avoided, non-descriptive place, and I really enjoy having art in unusual sites, that it adds a certain discovery and pride to the neighborhood and to the downtown district.
The Athens Mural Alley project is a way to explore Athens outside by bike or foot in a socially distanced way. For Grady Newsource, I'm Savannah Ware.
The Jackson County Career School Empower announced their Teacher of the Year. Grady Newsource reporter Alyssa McDaniel speaks with this teacher about the difficulties and importance of teaching health protocols amidst a pandemic.
Jackson County School System announced Empower's college and career healthcare science teacher Whitney Hardigree as the county's Teacher of the Year. Hardegree says how Empower's Healthcare Science Department has the highest enrollment out of all the pathways, with hundreds of students enrolled, but that teaching during a pandemic and only interacting digitally was difficult.
Hands-on, authentic learning experiences are what students respond best to. It was hard to keep them motivated because it was hard to keep myself motivated as an adult and as their teacher. How the pandemic has changed how we care for our patients and how we do our job.
Hardegree's student, Alana, says how Hardegree's hands-on tactics and close attention to detail make learning about healthcare all that more relevant amidst the pandemic.
There's just things that we need to know, and it's just like the basics. Like, we don't really get taught that in school, and I feel like these classes that she does teach just like really help.
Chief Operating Officer Mary Blackburn says that Empower's 5 healthcare teachers collectively train the students to navigate the pandemic and share information that students can use in their own lives. Blackburn says how Hardegree connects with her kids in a way that makes the learning stick.
The instruction is excellent, but what I really see with Miss Hardegree is her relationship with the students and how she really worked well with the hospitals to partner and provide those opportunities for the students.
Blackburn says further how every decision Hardegree makes as a teacher not only affects students' individual needs, but the future of healthcare in Jackson County. This has been Alyssa McDaniel with Grady Newsource.
And now, the weather.
Good evening. I'm Emma Robinson with your Northeast Georgia weather forecast. This Thursday is Thanksgiving, and along with your appetite, you may want to bring a rain jacket to your festivities. Athens will see sunny skies during the day on Thursday with a high of 63 degrees. However, Thursday night will see a low of around 40 with a 30% chance of rain. Despite potential Thanksgiving showers, Athens will see mostly sunny skies leading up to Turkey Day. Tonight, we will see partly clear skies with a low of 31, followed by lots of sunshine and a high of 55 on Tuesday. However, temperatures will drop leading into Tuesday night with a low of 30 and calm winds. Sunny skies will then carry into Wednesday, where we will see a high of 58 during the day and a low of 31 at night. The sun will also be out on Friday with mostly clear skies and a high of 56 during the day and a low of 32 Friday night. There's a good chance the Classic City will see a lot of departures this week, as the Transportation Security Administration expects busy airports nationwide. TSA expects to screen about 20 million passengers between now and Sunday. So, if you are traveling to the Atlanta airport this week, expect clear skies tonight through Wednesday, with partly sunny skies on Thursday and a chance of showers heading into the weekend. That's it for your weather forecast. Again, I'm Emma Robinson with Grady Newsource.
Julie was always a voracious reader. She carried 2 novels on an airplane because she'd read one on a 3-4 hour ride. And at some point, I began to notice that she would read a page and couldn't remember what she had just read, and she'd have to go back and read it again.
I don't remember much these days after I read, but less does for me, and I love it.
We're going to the playoffs. I can't believe I missed that. Every time I'm buzzed, I spend too much time on my phone. What? I should take your phone away. No. I'll call for a ride. Hey, why does my face look like that?
I'm playing with these new face filters.
Okay, you know what? Yep, that's mine.
But I need that back.
No. Kevin!
You know, a lot of people say when you're going somewhere, you don't want to look back. But I beg to differ. For her to see her father celebrate his graduation, it's the best feeling in the world. I can't lie and say it was easy. But sometimes you just have to stop everything and take it in. I looked at everything in a different light. I realized it started with me going back and getting my high school diploma.
My Shiro doesn't always wear a cape, but she always has time for a hug, a smile, for going the extra mile. My Shiro stretches every dollar, puts in long hours, puts others first. But now it's your time, Mom. When you're ready to retire, we want you to be able to enjoy it. It's time to start saving now. A free 3-minute online chat can give you the personalized tips you need to start boosting your retirement savings today. Visit aceyourretirement.org.
And now, sports.
Dog fans are celebrating after this year's final home game between the Hedges last weekend against Charleston Southern. The Georgia Bulldogs secured a 56-7 win while honoring their teammates during Senior Day. Head coach Kirby Smart says in his time coaching, this year's atmosphere is one of the best he's seen. In a press conference, he praised the graduating teammates for their hard work.
Well, I just think they've been through so much. I mean, they had a COVID experience, and a lot of them chose to come back because of that.
While all the seniors were honored, defensive lineman Jordan Davis had a particularly exciting last home game. Davis secured the team's first points of the game after adding a 1-yard touchdown run in the first quarter, which quickly secured a 7-0 lead for the Dogs.
I just can't thank Dog Nation enough. And, you can feel the love in the air.
Before the 2021 SEC Championship, Georgia will face one more big rivalry as it heads to Atlanta next week for the Georgia Tech game. This will be the first state rivalry game since 2019 after last year's match was canceled due to COVID-19. That's all for sports today. For Grady Newsource, I'm Sam Perez.
Coming up after the break, Thanksgiving trivia and a behind-the-scenes look of reporting with Grady Newsource.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move, so I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day, I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
What do you think you're doing, Kevin?
Was just gonna drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
Like hearing voices?
Like your text-to-emoji ratio?
Oh man, the selfies.
Selfie. Nailed it. We all have warning signs that let us know that we're probably not okay to drive. Mine is pretending to be your subconscious.
Craig, come on man, let's put a ride home.
How prepared is your family if a tornado shows up at your doorstep, or a flood, or a hurricane? You can't just turn away a natural disaster. That's why it's important to go to ready.gov/plan now. It has the tools and tips you need to make an emergency plan with your family. So if disaster comes knocking,
let's go.
You'll be ready to help keep your family safe.
It's just a pizza.
Yes. Make a plan today.
Regardless of where you are on your path to retirement, you can still take charge of your financial future today. Visit aceyourretirement.org and answer a few questions from Avo, your friendly digital retirement coach, for free tips, resources, and advice customized for your situation to help you feel confident and prepared for retirement. Retirement looks different for everyone. Make sure you're prepared for your financial future at aceyourretirement.org.
With Thanksgiving only a few days away, what's something you're thankful for? Grady Newsource reporter Samantha Spinacci went out to ask people Thanksgiving trivia questions and their family traditions.
What year was the first Thanksgiving celebrated?
1500, I don't know. 1782.
1879.
Man, to be honest with you, I couldn't tell you. It's been so long since I've read up on it.
When they come over to America?
1842. No, 1840.
That's not. It's not 18. It's.
What's the song?
16 or 7. That's Columbus. That's a different time completely. Which president made a Thanksgiving proclamation?
No idea.
You gotta go Thomas Jefferson.
Eisenhower.
I have no idea. George Washington. What does Thanksgiving mean to you?
Means getting all the family together.
Yeah.
Me and my daddy, we got our own traditions. We go hunting every year on Thanksgiving.
Just like a time to be thankful for family.
Spending time with family.
Well, he takes the easy answer. Eating good food with family.
It's really important to me because it's when I get to see my family that I don't get to see very often.
What's your favorite Thanksgiving food?
Dressing. Oh, God.
I have to say the turkey.
Turkey?
Especially if it's juicy. It's not the dry turkey. It's so good.
My grandma's homemade rum cake. Everybody makes it together. It's cool.
That sounds so good.
We don't really go hard for Thanksgiving.
Okay, we eat chili.
Turkey. Turkey.
There are a few more cleanup days at Heritage Park to remove an invasive plant species. Autumn olive is crowding out native species and harming the park. Volunteers will be trained on how to remove it. You can sign up to volunteer at the link below. As you walk around Dudley Park, you can notice small piles of dirt or newly planted trees. These changes are part of a joint project between the University of Georgia and Athens Clarke County. Volunteers from both organizations joined together to plant 45 native trees and 1,000 pollinator plants at Dudley Park this weekend. The project aimed to create habitat restoration and improve plant life at the park. Today is our last show of the semester. We thank you for coming to us for all of your news. We have learned a lot and made some mistakes along the way. Here's a look at some of our funniest moments.
Tomorrow, temperatures will warm back up a bit. There's not any chance there's like a clicker or something for this, is there?
Important in rural areas due to potential obstacles that can be in the way.
The sheriff says the best option is to hang up and actually call whoever is calling.
Prevention Week is observed everywhere.
Only tires from cars and light trucks will be accepted. And what was that other part?
Invited to walk down East Athens Road and watch the Addams Family on the newly renovated Athens.
The Dogs had a win in Knoxville, Tennessee on Saturday evening with a final leading.
It was a 7-month-long street game goodness gracious.
Sheriff Smith says to drive alert and stay smart. No, didn't say stay smart.
Where does he want it?
The Athens Clarke County Police Department. Oh, dang it, that's the wrong story.
So, here are my keys. Every key that I don't need right now is funnily outside of the trunk. The one that I do need is stuck inside there, and just waiting to figure out if AAA or a locksmith can come. It's a race to see who gets here first, honestly. Hoping to be back in the studio by between 1:30 and 2. Fingers crossed.
People do some pretty cool things in their 40s and 50s. Why should saving for retirement be any different? I mean, they go back to college, learn new instruments, start skateboarding. Okay, maybe that one's not for everybody, but saving for retirement is. With aceyourretirement.org, you can get on track with your retirement savings no matter your age. Just have a 3-minute chat with Avo, the friendly digital retirement coach from AARP. You'll get personalized recommendations based on your input that are easy to understand and work with your lifestyle. It's quick, easy, and free. Plus, it's sponsored by AARP, so you know they got your back.
Gnarly move, Dad.
Thanks, sweetie.
So wherever you are in your retirement savings journey, head to aceyourretirement.org and start chatting with Avo today. That's aceyourretirement.org.
Jordan knows he shouldn't eat this entire bowl of nachos, but tonight he's earned that right. Because a few hours ago in the middle of happy hour, he recognized a sign. Not from the gods or a bolt of lightning, but from a double heart, a kissy face, and a fourth ha in ha ha ha. That's when Jordan knew he was buzzed. So when it was time to go, he got a ride home instead of driving. Be a legend like Jordan. Recognize your buzzed warning signs and get a ride home. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
On behalf of Grady Newsource and the whole crew, thank you for your support and trusting us for your Northeast Georgia news all semester. I'm Davis Baker. Have a great night.
Grady Newsource is a student production of the Grady College of Journalism and Mass Communication at the University of Georgia, which is solely responsible for its contents. Views expressed do not represent those of the administration nor the Board of Regents at the University System of Georgia.
Hey world, I have a quick message. It's about safe driving. All right, let's go. Anytime you're driving, have the seatbelt buckled tight, both hands on the wheel and your phone out of sight. When not in your hand, trying to text somebody back, because if you do, your car might get smacked. The moral of the story, just put your phone down. The people on the road will stay safe and sound. Put your phone down, put your phone down. People on the road will stay safe and sound. Yeah.
You're home before sunrise, on top of the house, the kids, and our future. The smell of your cooking is our alarm clock. My Shiro's day is never done. So let's start saving a little more now so we can feel prepared for retirement. A free 3-minute online chat can give us the personalized tips we need so we can live our lives to the fullest. Visit aceyourretirement.org.
Yo, Scott.
Hey.
I'm heading out, man. You want to ride?
No, I got my car, but I actually really need to go to the bathroom.
Oh, you know what? I was just in there. The line is like 10 people long.
You know, I think I'll just...
Dude, are you okay?
You wouldn't believe what I was just thinking. I am definitely buzzed.
Yeah.
I think I will take this, and I will take that ride home.
Smart man. Did you see how that dog was looking at me?
Every day,
Millions of people are connecting
and even though we're overcoming obstacles,
Watching each other's backs,
and banding together.
we should still make an effort.
We should still make an
to
effort.
get to know each other,
On a deeper level.
Father,
cosplayer,
Mentor.
actor.
it's time we take a step forward
It's time we take a step forward.
Come together.
and discover
How accepting our differences
can make us stronger.
Yeah, is my mic on? I don't know if that's... Yeah.
Yes, our mics have to be on for us to be heard.
On? Is mine on?
It's on.
I think it's working. Okay. Well, this was my first day TV producing. It was so much fun, and oh my gosh, you guys were amazing today. I'm not that I've been in this position before, but you guys really just killed it, like straight up. Did anything I needed you to, more than I needed you to. It was amazing. All the packages looked fantastic. Seriously, great job. Yeah, and I can't believe we ended on such a great note. I really am so proud of each and every one of you guys, and thank you for making this last experience a really, really good one. So thank you.
And I thank you as well.
Yes.
So, Barry, it's over to you. Thank you for joining us on this special moment. I'm glad you were able to make it. I know your schedule has been very busy, and you made it with one show to, not even one show to spare.
I squeezed in there.
You squeezed it in. Yes, but it's important for them. Most of them, a lot of them are graduating, and they need. Yes, yes. So that's why it was so important that. Yes. are doing great.
Just have them clip it on.
My demand is always to have a weather-related story, so that's. Yeah, we had to do some, yeah, Barry, absolutely. We had planned it that way. We had to do some fix-ups because we screwed up at one point. We missed a break, and then we had to add a break somewhere. And so that was like something that was kind of.
We did have your idea, though. That was the original setup.
Take the mic.
That's good. And like a regular newsroom, those things happen. Mistakes happen, technical issues happen.
Yes.
And then just one note, challenge overall, just when you're putting together the shows. And Davis, I think, did a great job out on the anchor desk, so good job to you. One thing to help your anchor like Davis is just try to change up the delivery. Like I mentioned, there was a lot of intro to package, intro to package. You know, put some video in the intro. Put a double box. I don't think anyone was live today, but you could have done a double box to your sports or to your live shot to add more in there. I think you did one for the smart board.
We started the show with the live shot, and then smart board.
Like 45 seconds. I'm sorry, I had an issue with the top of my own 5 p.m. newscast, so I missed that. So
No worries.
for me to say something. But yeah, overall, I mean, I love watching you guys and what you're doing. I visited several times in the past 6.5 years, and you guys are always doing great things and turning great stories and good topics, good use of graphics and things like that. So yeah, you guys should be all very happy with that when you go home for Thanksgiving or stay in town or whatever you're going to do. So, and good luck to everyone who's graduating. Who's graduating in December? Oh my goodness, most of you. Okay. And how many of you guys have a job lined up? Is this a good time for me to transition?
Yes, absolutely. One second,
Any questions for me about the show? Do you want?
Barry, 1 second. I just noticed that I'm running out of battery. Anybody has a charger for this? I'm going to run to my office and do you have a? I don't want to lose you. Just a second.
No problem.
We're going to plug in my.
Okay, I'll be here. Is it for this?
I think so. Let's. Yay. We're back in business.
Okay, very good. Does anyone have questions for me about the show specifically?
Any questions, guys? I will relay them. Yes, Megan has a question. She will not be able to hear you through that mic. Our viewers will hear. You need to, and I will relay it if Barry can't hear it. Or you, yeah, come over to Barry. Yeah. Very good question.
Take the time to get to know the area that you're about to cover. You know, the worst thing you can do is show up day one and not know like the important players. So, you know, if you're coming to a market like Savannah, like I would want you to know that we're dual state markets. So we cover both Georgia and South Carolina. You want to know how many counties are in the DMA.
Do you have open positions? What's the best way to contact you? I've given them your LinkedIn profile. Is LinkedIn okay? You didn't hear them, but they said thank you, and they were writing down. Morning producer job is what does the morning producer do? Morning. It's an overnight shift. It's morning. That's good because in TV, Monday through Friday, I've spent most of my career. My weekend was like Wednesday and Thursday, and overnight shifts. Exactly, exactly. one viable pitch a day. Now you know it wasn't so bad.
What's the size of like the whole staff? What's the size of like the whole staff at the station? Yeah.
It's in there where I made the announcement. It's in there. Yeah, asking me if I sent your LinkedIn information. It's in their Slack channel, but she didn't see it probably, so she knows it's there. Yeah, and and I'll put your email in the Slack channel as well for them, just in case, so they have your. Yeah, I'll put that for you guys. All right. I see a lot of tired faces. They thank you. Yeah. That very thank you so much. This was excellent advice, and I really, really appreciate your kindness and patience. I know how busy you are. So I look forward to seeing you in person. I can't wait. Can't wait. Thank you. All right, guys. So hopefully this was nice for you. She's lovely. And then you're going to at Job Talk. You will talk to another lovely general manager. Yes. Oh, she is amazing. Yes, and she does amazing critiques plus like a lesson. And so you're gonna really enjoy her. She's also hiring. She and then, yeah. So you just get an idea. She's going to give you her perspective. So you have different perspectives of different people. So, and each one of them is going to give you a nugget. Great questions, all of you. Keep those coming for Denise as well. I've given her like an hour and a half because she's going to do a critique. Which show should I give her, guys? I was thinking last week's show, the Wednesday or today's. I think they were both strong in different ways. Yes, we had our issues, but which one do you? I'll make the decision, but if you have a suggestion, I will take it into consideration. I like the Wednesday thing, even though it had a lot of teachable moments. Or maybe just I'll send her both. She can decide. And Tyler, you didn't understand me to rework your lead. I gave you specifically the sentence that you should start with and the one that the anchor, and you didn't understand what I was trying to say? No, you didn't. The rundown still had you, but that's okay. But I probably didn't make sense to you in those documents. It's hard to. But anyway, so guys, but she liked you were interacting, and that's what I kept telling you guys. Let go of that teleprompter. And again, I totally understand. I mean, you're not professionals. You came to this class. Think of what you've achieved. 4 months. That's all. 4 months. Amazing. Amazing. So I'm extremely proud of you. I love you. This is not goodbye. I don't like goodbyes because I'm going to see you personally in my office. And we'll do the job talk. We'll do it on this link because we won't be joined in person by. I mean, we could meet here and do it from here, but again, it's going to be on Zoom, and then this is kind of uncomfortable, right? You'll be more comfortable at home, I'm thinking, and you'll have some breaks so you can get a drink or something. You'll be more comfortable, but let me know if you prefer to be here one more time together on December 1st, but it's going to be something like this, so that's a long time for a whole day. So let me know if you change your minds. You know, I'm very flexible, so for now we'll just keep it from home on Zoom kind of thing, like we do our morning editorial meetings. And if you guys change your mind, we've got time till. Happy Thanksgiving. I will be grateful this Thanksgiving for you, for, you know, having you, and for the honor and the opportunity to make a little bit of a difference in your lives, hopefully. And so, yeah, and so you saw that I wasn't that demanding, right? I wanted to prepare you for the real world, and that's why I kept asking, what is your Bible pitch? What are the 2 sources? And I know it was very hard for you to deliver because you've got other classes, but you see, you needed that. You needed to go out in the real world with the confidence that you can do it. And I think all of you should have that confidence and be very proud. This is probably the toughest class, hands down. And it takes brave people. You know, that's why I wrote that, you know, nothing else can scare you. I was like, what should I write? Nothing else can scare you. Okay. And I know you're tired. I'm not. You wanted to ask something. You are an MMJ within a given shift. Okay. When you hear the word morning, you know what it means? Overnight. Yes. So you have a steady shift, with the exception of those digital ones she was describing, like on the weekend. Sometimes the weekend hours are a little bit different than what you're doing during the day. And trust me, because I worked for an international network, and our prime time was 4 a.m., and those were the most demanding shifts. And if you were good, you were on those shifts because you had to keep it together. And so I did that for a long time, and then I started getting sick. Any little bug would because my immunity went down. I was never sleeping well enough for many years. But I don't regret it, but don't be afraid of those shifts. The good thing about you is that you won't be working with CNN International, where the overnight shift is important. It's not going away. You can't advance your way out of it like you can in local TV. You earn your spot on the day shift and you're done. And if you change stations, you start again for weekends as bad. With me, I do it, and I knew it was a compliment when you had the morning shift or whatever. But with you, you don't have to worry. You know, you will work and don't say no to the morning shift, weekends. I can't tell you of holidays. And if you can't give up these things, go into something like more feature-y. Don't do television, but because the truth is, you will have to go through these things, and it won't be as bad as my 23 years where I had to really, work weekends a lot, but I loved it, and it was worth it to me, and it was, I'm not saying it's easy, but for you, you can work your way out of this. You don't have to do this your entire life or career. With me, I did, workarounds where I would do the weekend days, and sort of like they rotated us, and, but basically that's what morning means. And you just have to have the passion. You have to really love this, because it's going to get old really quick. It's just so demanding to be always on your toes and to be thinking, and But I enjoyed that, the challenge of constantly being pushed to your limits and always, you know, being well informed and having these high standards for yourself, because I love it. I mean, again, even though I'm not doing your job, I get up 2 hours before our meeting to read the latest news, watch, listen, whatever. And that's how you prepare. That's professionalism. And you have to be ready to do this and sort of enjoy it in a masochistic way. That's what I would, yeah. But you can work your way out of these shifts that are difficult. Yeah, any other quick questions? I'm sorry, such a long answer, but I don't want to scare you of the morning shift. I wanted to put it in perspective because I want you to go for these jobs. Local news needs you. We need you. And so I want, and again, I'm telling you the truth like it is, and I'm explaining why you shouldn't be so scared of it and intimidated. Oh yes, let's do that.